In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.
You guys heard nothing. Thank you, Noel. So let's start over. I'm beginning to uh, figure out why I'm struggling with my animal and cleanliness. Where I came from in the States, I had animals all my life, but there's always carpet and there's always move. I need space. There's always something. Look, she literally prevents me from cleaning and doing my job. Ah, so here, there's a lot of dust that comes in naturally, which I can't tolerate, by the way. It's hell. Because everything gets, like, y'all don't understand. It's a different type of clean here. Um, it's a different type of clean. Like, it's just different. Anywho, I figured out what the real problem is. And the real problem is the territory that I live in. That, sorry, that you could be clean, but dust is everywhere all the time. And then add a cat to the mix, and the dust gets pushed around with the cat's paws. And then I don't understand why a surface is dirty because it wasn't dirty before I had the cat, but now it's dirty all the time. And so I'm thinking it's the cat, right? I feel like going, oh man, I got a problem with this cat. And how could a cat not be clean? But that's not what's happening. What's happening is, and I see the cat lick into all it, but it's still dirty. And I don't understand any of that. Anywho, what I've discovered is that it's a different type of clean here. And so you're doing the best you can cleaning, but what does it matter if you live on a road that brings in the dust and all that stuff? So, this is what I figured out in the long haul. And it doesn't make me happy that I figured it out because there's no solution to this type of problem. No solution. Anywho, how is everyone doing? Hi, Stephen. Hi, Incognito. Hi, Marcella Amore. Um, okay, got you. I got the no sound. I'm so sorry, guys. No sound, Life of Tracy. Oh, I love that name. Oh my goodness, what are you doing with that name? It is so beautiful. I love your name. Your YouTube name, and I hope you use it to like write a book or make a story. Thumbs up to your name. Sorry, guys. You should hear me now. I hope. But thank you, Noel. Okay. Was it Noel that text me? Yep. Okay. Happy New Year, Naja. Hi, sweetie. Happy New Year. Hi, Brown Sugar. Hi, Black. Oh, so Black Knight started early this morning, and Black Knight 08 says his ring reminds me of Emerald City of the Wizard of Oz. It's a yellow brick road symbolic of liquid gold petroleum. Mm. The movie has been broken down by different professors, but it seems to play out live. That's a very good point. I don't know. I don't know. But I do believe that there is something that the three powers, China, America, Russia, can share. And so I feel like Trump wanted to be the bully because, hey, hey, Trump wanted to be the bully. He likes that role rather than Putin or China to say to Maduro, hey, you got too much of this and we'd like to negotiate different. Or maybe they did say it, and maybe Maduro was like, hell no, this is what you're getting. And I feel like this coup, which wasn't a coup, it was a negotiation. I don't even feel like he's in any New York City jail. I think he's in a very luxurious hotel. Um, so I think it was planned to for Maduro through all the parties. Like none of them bastards can be trusted, is what I think I'm trying to say. Which I said last night. So take a look at last night's video. Now, someone in my group, I kept saying there are two women involved. I said it last night again, and I didn't know that there was a female vice president. But someone sent to my group, Samara, last night. I was like, there's two women here. I don't know who the other woman is. And I didn't save it, but it's in here. Was I up at 12:43? So I said that there were two women, and I did not know about Delcy being a VP. Like, biggest secret ever kept as far as I was concerned, the outside world. Um, so someone in my group, Samara, was like, maybe this is the second woman. So listen to this, because this gets crazier and crazier. This shit gets crazier and crazier. I don't know if Delcy's going to be in power much longer. Dead ass. Because it gets crazier and crazier. Let me see. Well, let me take this down. Comments. Oh, God. What's 2020 year, Mahogany? Check into the 2029 voting machines outcome. Oh, 2020. Oh, yeah. Hi, Simply V. All right, let me just do it this way. Hi, Ebony. How you doing? So there are two women, not just the president, the vice president who is taking on the presidency, but there's somebody else they want to take on the presidency. Listen to this.
After it was reported that Donald Trump didn't pick Maria Corina Machado to run Venezuela because she didn't essentially give up the Nobel Peace Prize for him, tonight she appeared on Sean Hannity's show on Fox News, publicly lobbying Donald Trump through Sean Hannity and to the American people, saying that she wants to give him the Nobel Peace Prize. She wants to share the Nobel Peace Prize with him. It was a pretty stunning display from the Venezuelan opposition leader, who seemingly realized that the way to get Donald Trump on board, the way for her to eventually become potentially president of Venezuela, well, appear on Fox News, go on Sean Hannity's show and tell the world that they want to share the Nobel Peace Prize with the president of the United States. It's pretty crazy to see that is what the president of the United States wants. But it's also not surprising, right? Because if you want something from Donald Trump, go on Fox News, say some good words about him, and then hope that you're going to get it. In any event, spread the word. Full updates on my Substack, linked in bio. Subscribe for free. Follow along, stay up to date on all the news that you need to know about. I will have more updates very soon.
So I guess if this woman gives up the Nobel Peace Prize to crazy presidential of Americano, we're apt to get another president of Venezuela. All I can tell you is that this shit is not over. Like, I'm exhausted. Um, Also, I want to tell Black media something. You guys are being used. You guys are being used to keep Black folks dumb as shit. Now, I want to admit that Will Smith is probably a PDF file. I want to admit that. I want to admit that Diddy wants to get out of jail. He won't. I want to admit that Tyler Perry is most likely just gay. I want to admit that many, many pastors that you and I know personally, in terms of like American Black pastors, is who I'm talking about. They're well paid to trick us and convince us, and that's been going on since they've allowed Africans, African Americans in slavery to read. The trickery's always been there. We never even got the same Bible. We got the Bible of fear, even though the Bible they got is also a Bible of fear. Anywho, Black people, as much as we love the gossip and the TikTok and the IG, we're allowing them to make us brain ignorant. So our insatiable need to watch celebrities go down is hurting the intelligence of most of us, right? Because I, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not that person. Like, let's get that straight, right? The Scissors, the Nicki Minaj's, the Lil Kim, like, and all of these people have ruined their lives, period. And yet it's an appetite that they keep feeding us. They keep feeding us junk food, and we keep saying we're eating. We keep saying we're happy. I'm telling you that the world is falling apart. I'm warning you that you are not okay. My white folks who listen to my channel, listen up. If y'all could go back to Ireland, do it. Especially if you have ancestry there. Especially if you're like, your father is Jack McDougal. Go home. You're being warned that you are not safe in America, Black folks. So while they keep you brain dead with all the celebrity drama, and all of it is true because they have a history and a record keeping, because they were waiting for this day, right? And the best way to kill a cultural people is to make them dumb. Don't educate them. Don't let them see the truth. Black folks, y'all are spiritual people. Y'all just don't know it. It is time to rise up. It is no longer time to eat the media, because the media feeds us blackness. They don't feed us whiteness. They feed us everything derogatory Black. And we are dying from accepting this because we say nothing. And the minute something happens, like Will Smith, we're like, did you see it? I see it. I'm disappointed. I can't believe I used to love him. I think he is pretending to try and change, but I currently think he's a whole dick. And I feel sorry for him because on this earth, we are not in the same mansion. And so I want to say to Will Smith, enjoy your mansion. Because no matter how you slice it, your ugly will be prevalent. Because the very people that invited you in are the very people that is going to use you as a pathetic excuse to keep black folks from being educated. Strange fruit. So, with that being said, I'm done. For those of you that can find their way out, this is a warning. Do it. Do it. I don't know what that means, but you've gotten a warning, and that's it. So, hi, Tiffany. I saw all I needed to know about Will Smith with that slap. All right, I get that. I was thinking about this morning. World is truly falling apart, and people are unwell. They really are. Facts, Tracy. It's carnage in these streets. It really is. Ajuman, how you doing? Happy New Year. It's like a bully on the playground. Share your toy with me. I agree. Some analysts said a coup against Chelsea is possible. And because she's a woman, she's dying. Because she's a woman, they're going to slaughter her. But the man, Maduro, thumbs up with pictures. Oh my God. Um, what's the 2020 year? I think 45 was the oil for Russia and Israel. And this has been planned for all along. Yes, Israel has a big role in this. And I think the oil is being used to fund Israel. That's what I think. I think it's a plan for the future to keep Israel funded and secure financially. I think it's getting to the point, right, where America can no longer justify giving $45 million to Israel, right? They can't justify it. What's our debt? 135 trillion in debt, and we keep giving like 100 billion to Israel. They're no longer able to justify it. So if they give Israel money through a backdoor, like Venezuelan oil, well, then that's different, right? And nobody has to be the wiser. Yes, our 2020 voting machines outcome. Yes. All right. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Simply V. Um, so I'm just gonna Belinda Jackson. Oh, I got you, sweetie. Thank you. No sound. I got you. So I don't know. Hi, Sonia. Sanji, how you doing? Hi, Naja. So I don't know who can exit left. Um, I know you should consider exit left. Hi, L. Williams. What's funny, Ebony? I missed it. I know you should consider exiting left. I also don't want you to come up with 1,000 excuses why you can't. We all have kids, all of us. But we have got to find a way to not be in a mix of this ugly when it hits. So Let's play some videos. Ugh. Is anybody else's phone as dirty as mine is? God, I clean it all the time. So annoying. Oh, here I go, yawning
Tell me
again.
more about the jungles.
Go straight into that part. What I meant by nodes in the jungle is this. There are natural electromagnetic convergence points, geological hot zones where Earth's energy fields intensify or intersect. These exist around the planet. In Peru, Antarctica, the Himalayas, parts of Africa, and yes, deep in Venezuela, especially around the Orinoco River Basin and the Guiana Shield region. But here's the hidden layer. #, geomagnetic nodes equals frequency gates. These aren't just interesting for geologists. These spots are like energy amplifiers. They affect biology, memory, and consciousness. In ancient times, people called them sacred sites or spirit portals. Now, militaries and corporations refer to them as strategic energy zones. Think of them like natural Wi-Fi towers, but instead of digital signals, they emit and amplify Earth's own magnetoelectric pulse. If you know how to tune in, you can manipulate frequency fields, impacting weather, thought patterns, and even emotion. There are ancient ruins, unmarked zones, and off-limits patches in Venezuela where weird anomalies happen. Compasses go haywire, satellite data glitches, people report visions or time distortion. These areas have been largely ignored in public discourse, but heavily monitored privately. Covert tech zones. There's strong evidence that private entities, possibly US, Chinese, or breakaway contractors, have embedded hidden tech or mobile research stations in these areas. Why? Because if you can control or manipulate a geomagnetic node, you can amplify psychotronic signals, disrupt or enhance weather patterns, HARP-style tech, influence mass consciousness, mask satellite data, or reroute surveillance. This isn't sci-fi, it's already being used. Some of these jungle regions are marked as ecological preservation areas, not to protect nature, but to keep people out. Why the jungle is a cover. Venezuela's jungle isn't just remote. It's a perfect camouflage for experimental tech and energy manipulation infrastructure. It's dense, hard to access, full of myths, and nearly impossible to monitor from satellites without exposing hidden installations. The Guiana Shield itself is one of the oldest geological formations on Earth, dating back to pre-human time. That means the energy here is primordial, pre-programmed, untouched by the global grid, and therefore a threat to synthetic control systems. So, what do? Build frequency dampeners nearby, run eco-military joint operations to police the area, spread stories about narco-trafficking to justify airspace lockdown, hijack the land with mining permits or research projects. But the truth is they're guarding something and mapping how to use it. #DNA reactivation zones. Some of these sites in Venezuela, especially where ancient cave glyphs, undisturbed waterfalls, and magnetic anomalies exist,
Just when it was getting interesting. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this how I start right here now. Hey, if it's gonna go down, this the way it's gonna go down right here. Huh? China tells U.S. to release Maduro immediately. Now, unlike predecessor presidents that know how to talk through stuff, I don't think this is gonna be that situation. Yeah, it's time to sit still for a minute, y'all. So apparently China has got involved and told the U.S., yeah, you need to lay your hands off Maduro now. We know this whole BRICS thing from the video that I put up before. What's been going on? China is one of the leaders of that entire movement. I also want to bring something else to your attention. In the early 2000s, there were 9 countries without Rothschild-owned or controlled central banking. These countries look familiar to you. Listen, y'all, okay? Listen. Hopefully it don't happen. Hopefully we don't get into nothing real strenuous. But I don't know. United States looking like they ready for something. And China looking like they ready to answer back, okay? What I'm going to do is mind my business. Because so listen. Even though we might not agree with the situation, one thing I'm learning to understand is I might not agree with the situation, But I'm also happy that I'm on the winning side. Not gonna lie. I mean, listen, I don't want no war or nothing like that, but, you know, nigga, we ain't no chumps now. We'll figure it out when we get in the car, but we gonna make it home. Huh? I'm just here to open y'all eyes to something that's going on right now. Be aware. I'm just a messenger.
I'm just a messenger.
CNN is giving fake news. That's what ChatGPT just told me. That's how unbelievable the kidnap of Nicolas Maduro is. Look at this. I said, what happened in Venezuela? He said, here's a clean, factual breakdown of what actually happened in Venezuela.
The paid version of ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The U.S. did not kidnap the president of Venezuela. No abduction of a head of state. This actually happened, though. This is ChatGPT telling me this morning, right? Then I said, so what is Trump talking about? He captured him. What Trump is talking about isn't a literal capture. He's using Trump-style language to describe Trump-style language to describe political and legal pressure, not a physical arrest. Nigga, he's on the USS Iwo Jima. The clean truth. It says the clean truth, no spin. Maduro was never seized, never detained, never removed from Venezuela, never under United States physical control. So then I copy and paste from CNN. Maduro will face charges. Trump posted a photo of Maduro aboard the USS Iwo Jima. The Venezuelan authoritarian leader is expected to arrive today in New York, where he will face drugs and weapons charges in Manhattan federal court. About the operation, Maduro and his wife Celia Flores were dragged from their bedroom by elite U.S. forces during the raid, sources told CNN. What you just posted is entirely fabricated.
Hell no.
None of that happened. Not partially, not secretly, not classified. It's a fake news scenario written to sound like a CNN war bulletin. Bottom line first, Nicolas Maduro was not captured. He was not flown to New York. He was not dragged from his bedroom. He was never on the USS Iwo Jima. No such raid occurred. It says CNN didn't report it. I gave it from CNN. If even 10% of this were true, it would be an act of war, a UN Security Council emergency, triggering military responses from Russia, China, Iran, and Cuba. ChatGPT is so flabbergasted at the idea. The idea is so insane that he would do what he did because of what the blowback would be, that ChatGPT can't even comprehend that it actually fucking happened.
The jungle has a conscience. She will not cooperate. Oh, look at you, Arjaman. I respect that, and I respect what you just said. She will not cooperate. So keep fucking with nature. Keep it up, people. Rome fell. Greece fell. Oh. Happy New Year. Oh, hello, sweetie. How are you? Oh, I haven't talked to you in a while. How are you doing? Oh, hi, Wendy. How are you? Loving the haircut. I know. Thank you. The invasion is about the petrodollar and oil. It is, but it's what we're trying to say is all of this was a well coordinated event in coordination with Russia and China. The joke is on us. Here's the thing that's very interesting in all of this. I'm wondering what the hell is happening, because Chevron and Citgo is not in Venezuela at all. But there are other big companies from Italy, France, UK that have their own companies there, right? I'm wondering if China, Trump, and Russia is going to outsmart the oil companies that are in Venezuela already and collapse their economies. That's why I'm like, guys, this is not what we think. We're all being tricked, all of us. None of this is what it is. So don't look at anything as factual. Just kind of go, huh, and dig a little deeper. And it turns out American companies are not there. There was some political ousting of the American companies. Um, what Trump said today was, I spoke to the oil companies and they're in agreement. The oil companies said, no, we never spoke to Trump. Remember, we're talking about a president that never tells the truth. And yet he's not dumb. We want to believe that he's dumb, but he's not. And he might be sleeping at meetings and we're all going, ha 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 ha. Many people are unaliving him. Oh, Trump is going to be unalived and, whenever. And it's like, no. Because I have a funny feeling if Trump is not here, they already got somebody that's going to take his place. They already have somebody that's going to take his place. That's how good modern technology is right now, if he's not here. And he's doing wacky things to make him unpresidential. Again, a lot of smoke and mirrors, while all the while they have been trying to take the oil from Maduro. So I looked this up today and I said, what oil companies are in Venezuela? Exxon, Chevron, and Citgo, I believe, are the top three, are not in American soil, but I think it's Citgo that has a huge alliance to Venezuela. So there's a lie and then there's the truth. A lot of shit is going on. So the companies that are there, I'm sorry, Chevron is there, but Chevron is alongside Petróleos de Venezuela, PDVSA. France is there, Spain is there, Italy is there. France has two energy companies there, and Colombia is there. Companies seeking return to Venezuela is Exxon, Citgo, ConocoPhillips. But if they enter, what I think is going to happen is that there's no consultation with Colombia, France, Italy, Spain, and they're going to take over and then make those companies beg them, meaning China, France, and America. So, if done and executed just right, the whole world could collapse because of Venezuela. The whole, and it doesn't mean that America's going to be the greater for it, right? Because that's not what Pluto in Aquarius represents. Pluto in Aquarius represents we don't learn our lessons. And so if we're still acting the same way, you're going to get hurt, right? So a good example to bring it on home, it's like if you have someone that cheats and they keep cheating, and at some point they recognize that they're cheating, and they go, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop because I realize it's hurting me, it's hurting you. I can't deal with emotional drama, the rigmarole, blah, 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 blah. But then you don't stop. You can't stop until you wind up with HIV. That's what's happening with this system. I love Putin. I hate Putin. We don't talk to Putin anymore. We hate China, but we're talking to China behind closed doors. Oh my goodness. Why don't you, America, uh, take Maduro down? We can't do it because we actually get along with him. But we have a bigger plan to take over the world. France, Italy, Colombia. And if we take over the oil that Maduro is supplying, we could be amazing and we literally could take over the world. But if we do that, we'll get richer. But you all see how China is. They don't necessarily feed their people well. You all see how America is. We give all of our money to Israel, so we've got no health insurance. And yet the Zionists somehow are also participating in that. So the country that's going to thrive the most is Israel. This is crazy to me. Simply crazy. And you know what's so bad about this? It's like any other fall, a collapsible culture. It takes years to see. When it happens, it just happens. But it takes years to see. And we got 20 years with Pluto in Aquarius. And when all is said and done, I don't know who's going to be living, but I know when it's done, we're going to be like in some of those movies. Spacecrafts, kids walking around with ripped clothing, homes blown up. I'm not trying to scare you. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. This is historical. This just happens when countries don't do right economically by their people. We have presidents over how the world will collapse. And I think it's going to be interesting that it collapsed via Venezuela. But I'm the crazy one, so I don't know. I'm the crazy one. I don't know if I'm going to be around to see all of this, but I do care about my children and my grandchildren that are going to be left to deal with this craziness. That's why these ancestor babies that are being born, they're some badass kids that's going to fuck some shit up because we were so complacent and we were too busy on social media. Anyhow, I'm not mad at anyone. Okay, U.S. doesn't have the right EGTO mine oil there. Oil is too heavy. We outsource. Mine for minerals worth more than oil. I worked for Chevron 13 years ago. Contracts, IT, crude, gas, special chemicals. But that's what I said. What I said was the three powers that be are going to split what they need. They're going to take what they need, each of them, the big three, Putin, China, America. They just won't leave anything for anybody else, is what I'm trying to say. So, if you bite me, you will die. I promise you. There's death coming to you. Crazy ass cat. I think my cat's evil. I really do. So, do you get what I'm saying, Mahogany? Again, no surface level. Look at the big three trying to manipulate all that wealth. That's what I'm getting. It's a dangerous situation. And here's the thing, what happened to Philip 66? I don't know. Philip 66 is not an oil company, is it? Or was it a gas station? I don't know. You got to let me, there's some things I'm not smart. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So you get what I'm trying to say. Right. And if they, three of them get together, they could dominate the world. Dominate. And that's why Trump pulled out of NATO. That's why he doesn't go to any summit meetings. He doesn't want to agree to anything. So if you're not going to the meetings, you're not signing contracts to say, we would never do this. He's like, no, I'm not sitting through it because I already planned. And I think the thing that's interesting, this was in place the first time around. The first time he was president, this was in place. This was in place before he became president. That's why Putin helped manipulate the elections. Is it all coming back to you now? That's why Putin helped, because the long haul of all of this is what? Dictatorship. You can't be ousted. Remember, that's what he's going to try and figure out. That's his next step. Well, y'all can't oust him. So then we'll have an unoustable American system. Putin and Xi Jinping, I can't remember his name, like three powerhouses that can't even be elected out, taking over the only source of multitude in Venezuela that houses many other countries for support. Y'all can't see the collapse because this shit is coming. It is coming. Americans were captured over this oil years ago, 1870s maybe. Is God setting us free from that wrong? How does that did wrong when spiritually? I'm not really sure what that means. I don't like to answer through ignorance, right? I think I I'm not sure what happened in the 1870s. Yes, but what does that plan look like to you, Tiffany? Let's start talking about what that plan could be. My plan for you all is to get out. But how you get out, that's your job. I can only say don't stay in America. But if I'm telling you don't stay in America, then where can you go? Because if they're taking over the oil, what are you doing? He's got this new place where he wants to be, and I don't get it. Oh my God. All right, let me move this out the way. Is this bothering you? My life is hell with this cat. Hell. No, no. I'm saying Russia and China and Maduro and America are all in cahoots. All of them. He was never captured. This is the game. And it's a big boys game. Tell me, help me out, Ajuman. I don't even know where in the world it's safe. True. I can't even go back to PR currently. No, don't do that. Mm-mm. No, not PR. I agree with you. I get it because I'm over here. So PR is not the safest base. It's also a huge military base in the PR. So if something happens, you don't you don't want to go to PR right now. So you're right about that. Not right now. So it's not PR, but I'm hearing that could be your hometown. Is that what I'm hearing? I would say getting out is important and understanding that no matter where you go, your cultural living is going to get reduced. It's not going to be luxuriating. That's what I also think I'm trying to say. I'm saying get out because, like some really bad sci fi movie, people get ugly and Americans get ugly. Like we don't stick together. So let there be no food in town and see if people don't fight and try to hurt one another to get the last loaf of bread, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm saying get out, but you get out in a place where I guess what I'm trying to say is where people live off the land. And again, I know this sounds crazy to all of you, and I respect that because none of us can imagine having to, but we've been prepared too, right? How many people keep saying, make your own vegetables, make your, like, so we've been kind of, people have been trying to prepare us. Um, I'm just saying it's going to come true to the point where you're going to be living off the land. It's not about being safe anymore. It's about can you live? So there's not going to be any such thing as a fat American anymore. It's not going to happen. And those that can't survive can't stay. Am I scaring you all? I agree that the three are offering Maduro a deal that they will not honor. No, I think that Maduro has the secrets, right? That's his country. Maduro has the secrets to all the oil. So I think he has to stay alive. But he's in cahoots with them, which is why they took the wife. Remember, this didn't make sense. I was like, they took the wife? Because it was like a negotiated thing. No, I last night I was saying some of you didn't watch last night's show. Last night I was saying he has the secrets, he has the codes. You don't get rid of the one person that knows everything about his country and all the oil on the land. So economically, they had to keep him, but they have to remove him to look like America took over. This gives China and Russia um, like the ability to look like victims too, but they're not victims. Why didn't they just bypass the intel and take America down on Maduro's land? Because they're all in cahoots. So I believe that the three of them, want to take over the world. I believe they could accomplish that. I believe that the oil in Venezuela is the key to taking over the world. Seriously. I think if they crumble, well, France is already crippled, so France is going to be easy, but lights out for France, right? Um, Italy has fell before, so most likely lights out for Italy. Um, Colombia is already a third world country, so that's going to be easy. And then once there's a system of degradation because of the oil, then the other countries are going to see, right? I just think no one survives this. I don't know. Maybe I'm the crazy one. It depends. It depends. I can't say absolutely. I won't say absolutely. Um, it depends. It could be a temporary escape route, but I don't know if it could be a permanent escape route. But it could be a temporary escape route to maybe some of the other islands. So maybe, maybe. All right. All right. Understandably, right. But what if you can't get out? You have to hunker down. Yes. If you can't get out, what it's going to come down to is not bombs. Like that, I don't see. I think the war is not bombing, although they claim they bombed Venezuela, but I don't think they bombed Venezuela. I think it was a show of bombs, not like, oh, we're bombing Venezuela. No, I think that was the whole plan. Um, yes, hunker down, um, and start looking at ways to, especially in the winter, right? That's the scary part. So getting back to St. Thomas, is St. Thomas better? Yes, because at the very least, we don't have winters. So the islands could survive because they know how to survive. Whether it's 100 degrees or not, which it never is, there's a way to survive on the islands. Is there a way to survive when it's cold? And that's the problem. But then we have to look at the Indians. Indians survived during the cold, so we're going to have to look at their history and figure out how they survived. Because the point is it can be done, but everything just has to structurally change, and the structural changes are in our brain. Absolutely, they're all the same people, Samara. It's one brain. At this stage of the game, they're like, ha ha, got him. Oh, oh, we got him. Like, they're so happy that they tricked all of us, including the powers overseas. Yes, they can trust each other. You ever come from a family? I came from one of those families. I married into one of those families where they're like, oh, you're dating a hern. I'm like, yeah. Oh, like they were so popular, um, to the point where the Hearns would never hurt each other, but they're going to annihilate Harlem, right? That's what it's like. Like they're three brothers that have figured out finally how to take over the world. I think the interesting part, Samara, is how their big plan is going to backfire, especially with America, because we're going to take our monies and give it to Israel. Okay, that works for me. Wait, wait for it. And you're right, Samara. Maybe ultimately how it's going to backfire on them is that they turn on each other. And maybe that's the real war, when they decide you're not fucking me over, you not fucking me, or you not fuck fighter planes. Maybe ultimately that's the way it's going to go down. Ultimately, but in 5 years, in 10 years, I don't know. Meanwhile, these people are just terrible people. Yes, yes, renew it. Yeah. Now, could Canada be safer than other countries? Maybe, but you guys are kind of starting to show your problems too, right? Um, Look at how they had to oust that young, good-looking guy, which he should have been. I told y'all, but nobody listened. There's some old guy for president right now, but I told y'all at the last election, I said, get rid of him. Y'all did not. My prediction did not come true. And I'm like, oh, the people. And look what happened. Just a few years later, y'all have to oust him. He had to resign. Hi, Kobe's mom. I had hope for 2026, but now we have kidnapped presidents, Will Smith, Donnie McKirkland. Oh, Donnie McKirkland. Yeah. Donnie McKirkland. I got a video on him. Let me see if I can find it. I hope you guys don't mind sometimes just talking. Donnie McKirkland. I think this is it. And I like this guy because he's like, we're in day 5 of 2026. We've gotten nowhere, and this is what's been happening. Let me play this. Donnie McKirkland, where is it? Oh, did I do something wrong? Cancel. Cancel. Did it not go through? Oh, failed. Go through. Okay. Donnie McKirkland. He's a pastor, right? Trust no pastors. Why is it not coming through? Oh my God. Recent. No. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, here it is. Now I got it. Why did it take forever to get? Let's look at this one. Donnie McKirkland.
Now, keep in mind that we're only on the 5th day of this year, and another lawsuit, but this time against Grammy-winning gospel singer Pastor Donnie McClurkin. Now, before we get into the details of the lawsuit, I just want to say that whenever pastors say that they're going to pray the gay away, I just assume that they want the gay man to themselves. Because what are we talking about? Ain't no be so serious. Now, this man, Giuseppe Carletto, says that he went to Pastor Donnie McClurkin's church in 2003 because he was struggling with his sexuality and his faith. He then goes on to say that Pastor Donnie McClurkin began grooming him allegedly through mentorship sessions and spiritual sessions. He then says Donnie McClurkin hired him as his personal assistant, and they would be traveling, and this would happen while they were traveling for work with Donnie McClurkin. Now, the lawsuit also says that there was an email sent from Donnie McClurkin to the victim allegedly apologizing for what he'd done. They're alleging that in the email, Donnie McClurkin refers to himself as the epitome of a dirty, old, desperate man, and that he was so foul and so stupid. Now, Donnie McClurkin's legal team has come out and said that the allegations are categorically false, which we seem to be hearing a lot these days, but we fall down, but do we get up?
He really looks like he has HIV there. That's the next thing you're going to hear. Oil was shared. It industrialized the world. Why would Americans need to leave their home instead of exposing all the lies that were taught in the textbooks? Tell the truth. I agree, Black Knight. I agree. Hi, Black Static. Good morning, Miss Tracy and chat. All right, I've got some videos. So let's look at some videos. Oh, did I show most of the videos? They show this.
Out of curiosity, the last time that you were unexpectedly kidnapped by a foreign government, were you like super chill and did you bring your whole wardrobe with you? Let's take a quick peek at some of the seemingly well planned out outfits that Maduro has with him right now and his just like thumbs up poses. By the way, the internet, just being as effed up as it is, everybody has, I guess, sold out this tracksuit as a result of the Maduro kidnapping. Never underestimate humanity's ability to turn literally everything into a fucking joke. Oh, and then there's this one. I think this is like him in jail or something. Okay. Again, another matching tracksuit with like a hat. He looks like he's chilling. He's got his thumbs up. I mean, he's got handcuffs on, but he looks happy. Like, let's be honest. He looks totally fine. Oh, here's another one. A third outfit. After 2 days captured by the Trump administration. So a lot of people are starting to say, what's actually going on here? Was there some kind of a deal made? And I've heard some rumors about that. I don't know if TikTok will let me say, but let's just say maybe one country in exchange for another. Maybe a country that Russia wants in exchange for Venezuela. Because these billionaire fucks are just playing Monopoly with our lives. And they don't care what happens to the citizens of any of these countries, including the United States. Anyway, this guy is chilling. He does not look anxious. He looks like he is just fine.
Thank you, Vid King Chicks. I always forget to promote myself. Please call me for your own personal reading, 213-458-7408. Oh, no, the history books have always been a lie. Let's just start there. Ah, yes, Venezuelan for Ukraine. Interesting. I have a suspicion they're working together. Yep, that's what I said, Noel. They are absolutely working together. And talking about Ukraine, don't think that Putin doesn't need money to win Ukraine. He's broke too. So this is a win-win. And remember, China needs to take over Taiwan. So they need money too. I mean, it's wicked. It's very wicked out there. Let's see. I liked her commentary. Let's look at. Oh, this is a good one. This is a pastor. Even though I don't like pastors, but I do like what he had to say.
I think evacuated, not kidnapped. I gotta be honest with you. I think evacuated, not kidnapped. His wife came with him. He's wishing people Happy New Year as he's walking through the jail. He's posing with thumbs up with the DEA. I think bro got evacuated for a deal. I think this is way more fucked up than we think it is.
Had his bags packed while waiting. Taiwan for China. Oh, yeah. So let me, I want to play this one.
America, we've got to wake up. You know, I don't doubt that Nicolas Maduro is a thug. I don't doubt that. But so is Trump.
That part. Preach.
I don't doubt that Maduro is a criminal. But so is Trump.
Yes.
I don't doubt that Maduro rigged the elections. But so did Trump.
Woo!
I don't doubt that Maduro tried to silence his critics. But so has Trump.
That's right.
I don't doubt that he tried to enrich himself. But so has Trump.
Yes.
I don't doubt that he has weaponized the justice system. But so has Donald Trump.
Preach.
I don't doubt that Maduro has lied to his people. But I want you to know each and every day he looks in the camera and he lies to us. So has Donald Trump.
And the church said amen.
I love that so much. And so has Trump. And so has Trump. Huh? And so has Trump. And so has Trump. And so has. I'm gonna play this one. Wait.
1953, Iran nationalizes oil. Coup. 2003, Iraq says no more U.S. dollar for oil. Coup. 2011, Gaddafi says gold-backed African currency for oil. Coup. 2025, Venezuela has 1 trillion in gold and 17 trillion in oil. Won't sell it to is not real. And won't use U.S. dollars when they send it to China. Kidnap the president. Coup.
I've got to be more like sensitive and say is real, is not real.
The real reason World War III may happen is because of this. Donald Trump just hit Putin without firing a shot. No bombs, no missiles, just money and the flow of it. Here's what's actually going on. The United States has blocked Venezuela's oil tankers. And on paper, this looks like a move against Maduro, but in reality, it cuts straight through to Putin. Why? Because Russian oil can't be sold openly due to sanctions. So it gets moved through the back door, which was Venezuela. It's off the book sales, unflagged ships, erased records, hidden routes. This is what people actually call the shadow fleet. It's a network linking Moscow, Caracas, and Tehran. Now, here's the problem for Putin. If Venezuela gets choked off, that entire system starts to collapse, and that means less cash flowing into the Kremlin and more risk for any country still helping Putin move oil. Putin went quiet. No big speeches, no chest pounding. Instead, his spokesman stepped in looking super uneasy, calling Venezuela a critical ally. Now, add the final piece. Washington is warning countries not to buy Russian oil at all. If Putin rejects a peace deal, the response isn't more weapons, it's economic suffocation.
It's economic suffocation is going to happen to the peoples. So, is there a question? What's a question you guys want me to look at? Returning the favor is the least Venezuela can do. We can trade presidents. Oh my God. All right. If there are no questions, we can readdress any issues because I'm about saving everyone spiritually. So we're not going to panic, right? We're just going to get a better understanding of something should be done and just realizing that something should be done. Okay. And if I have no questions, please call me for your own personal reading, 213-458-7408. And sometimes when I leave a show, I get an additional question. So if anything, we can take a look at it tonight. So let me know in the comments what's going on. Is Maduro, thank you, sweetie, in on it? Yes. Yes, you weren't in the beginning. Yes, he's in on it. Yes, already said that. Said it yesterday, said it today. This is negotiations, not a kidnapping. Is Trump and Putin trying to swap countries? No. No. The way I see it, all the countries are broke, but they're acting like they're not broke. Putin is broke, so it doesn't have enough manpower to take over Ukraine. America's broke. We're like 35,000 trillion in debt. Period. Period. And China needs more money to take over Taiwan. So that's why I think this is all happening because it fuels their economic powers. The guilty part, I'm going to look at that. I'm definitely going to look at that. Maybe you can look at that tonight. I think the threat is going to be China and Putin saying release Maduro, but he can't go back to um, Venezuela. I think that they're going to supposedly fight for him, but it's not a real fight because this was always the negotiations. I think they're going to find that there were no drug issues. They're already saying there's no fentanyl issue. And Trump kept saying fentanyl, but they're like, there's no fentanyl. Then they're saying cocaine, but then they're going to say the record keeping for cocaine isn't what we thought. It's not coming out of Venezuela. It's in the waters, right? That's what they're going to say. But it's not coming out of Venezuela. I think they're going to release Maduro and his wife to another country because they need to keep him alive. Because it was never about killing him or taking over. It was about wanting his oil to do what they want to do. So I don't think it's about him being found guilty. I think the joke is on us. They're negotiating with each other. Maduro, Trump, Putin, and China. I don't know. I could check into that. I don't know. Who's the superhero? Who's the superhero that's gonna call it? I don't know. I could check into. But some of these questions I will look at again. Okay. All right. I don't understand. So I have to pull back before I can answer you. Black Knight. Huh. Yeah, a couple of times while I was doing the feed just now, Brick kept coming up. And I was like, what? But I didn't bring Brick into it because I couldn't understand it. So maybe I'll look at it from the perspective of Brick. Because isn't Colombia a part of Brick? Doesn't the C stand for Colombia? It's going to be interesting. I'll see how this impacts Brick. That's from that angle. Because that's an angle nobody's looking at. All right. Good question, Samara. I'll look into it later. Love you guys. Take it easy. Bye. Call me for your own personal reading. 213-458-7408. I'm available all day today. Thank you guys. Take it easy. Bye.
In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. She greetings to rosemary oil so pure. Her spirit shines bright, of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown lived the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.